Cheers, everybody. Cheers, everybody. We're off to Home Bargains. We're off to their resident brewery. I think they own the brewery now, don't they? Home Bargains. We're off to Love Lane now. I've only done about 2 or 3 beers from this lot on the channel. And I saw this here. I saw this in the shop. Was it Friday? And I picked up a load of Love Lane. Well, I haven't done. I've just got it over there. So you've got to get a load of Love Lane coming up over the next few weeks. And we have got, according to this, a special release. This is their West Coast IPA, clocking in at 5% ABV. There you go. I don't know what's so special about this release. West Coast IPA is a standard style for a lot of breweries out there. It says brewed on the West Coast of England. This IPA, well, the West Coast, so it's over there. This IPA is hop forward in character with a bitter finish, a crisp body with some malt sweetness, orange, citrus, and pine with a clear, deep golden colour. Take a sip and take a trip to the West Coast. A special release from Love Lane Brewery. Malts are extra pale, light Munich and Crystal 100. Hops are Centennial, Amarillo, Simcoe. Nice lineup of hops. We've got orange and citrus on the nose with pine and resin. It sounds fantastic. IBU 45. What am I going to expect from this? Well, not a lot. I'll be honest. Not a lot. I didn't pay much for it. I'm not expecting a lot from it. It will be a very nice surprise if it's actually good or half decent. But I'm not expecting a lot. So let's crack it open. Let's get a whiff. Yeah. Orange rind. Lemon. At the moment, it smells all right. It smells all right. It smells all right. Fruity. Orange rind, lemon, maybe gooseberry in there. I like saying gooseberry a lot. There's always got to be a gooseberry in there. Well, as it's pouring, as you can see, it looks in colour. It looks West Coasty, I'll be honest. It's got the West Coast marmalade look about it. So at the moment, it's ticking the boxes. Even though can wrap, it's West Coast. It's not the Humber Bridge or the Severn Bridge. That is the Golden Gate Bridge, isn't it? Where's Alcatraz? Alcatraz there? Maybe somewhere. Honestly, it's not Severn Bridge, is it? West Coast, that's the Severn Bridge, isn't it? Up to the light. There's a bit of haziness to this. A little bit of white dusting on top. Let's get a whiff. Again, it's got some nice fruit notes. It's got, orange. Orange wine, lemon, gooseberry. I would love to say lychee, but he hasn't got that. I'm gonna go in. Cheers, everybody. I'm going again. First of all, as a beer, let's not talk about the style. As a beer, it's not bad. I'll be honest, it's not bad. As a tasting beer, it's not bad. Let's talk about the style they're wanting to portray of this beer. Going again. Bearing in mind, I don't think it cost me much, this. There are elements of tasting this beer, which they're trying to replicate in the style. You pick up orange rind, a fruitiness, lemon on that front end. It's there. Then you pick up the bitterness. The bitterness, you can say it's got a pine feel to the bitterness. You can, and it's trying to be resinous as well. It's trying to be resinous, but it's not there. You do pick up the pine note towards the back end. But the floor for me is what comes in after the pine note. Usually, if I had a Stone IPA, say, no comparison. If I have a Stone IPA, the pine note finishes the beer. It's right at the back end, and it goes bang, and you love it. With this, you get this little pine bitterness coming through. Then it wavers, and you're picking up a malty, biscuity, malt base type of note to this beer right on the back end, which really destroys everything which was previous for me. Because when you're talking West Coast IPA, you want it resinous, you want it pine, you want a pine finish on that back end. You want, the bold fruitiness on the front end. And it's trying so hard to get these flavours, to replicate these flavours. It destroys it on the back end when you pick up this sort of biscuitiness, which lumps it into... It gives it a sort of a cheap feel to it. And I don't mean that as being disrespectful. It just is what it is. Does that make sense? Maybe not. As a beer, as a bona fide beer on a supermarket shelf, on a shop shelf, it tastes great. It tastes okay, it does. I don't mind drinking a few cans of this. It doesn't, it's not offensive. And I've had a lot of worse Love Lane beers. From that perspective, I have to say, cheap as chips, give it a go. West Coast IPA, you know what the West Coast IPAs are out there from the craft breweries, from them in America. It doesn't stand anywhere near any of them. But, bless its pointy little head. It's trying, but it's not, it's nowhere near it. It's nowhere near it. It just isn't. It just isn't. So, from a beery point of view, from a straight tasting beer, thumbs up. But that's all I can say about it, to be honest with you. So, Love Lane Brewery, the West Coast IPA. You got to pick one up if you're in home bargains, aren't you? So, cheers, everyone. See you on my next one. Beep, beep.